So very good afternoon, all of you. Is the screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So only 20 students have joined. We will wait for 2 minutes, and within 2 minutes we will start. So let's start lecture. In last lecture, we have discussed regarding with the volcanoes, then hot springs, geysers, etc. Okay. So today we are going to discuss regarding with the magma. Okay. This word is very known to you, magma, lava, etc. So can I have told the difference between magma and lava? So can anybody explain me what is the difference between magma and lava? Hello. What is the difference between these two words? Yes.
मॅग्मा सर हा जेव्हा जमिनीचं कार्य असतं जेव्हा उष्णता आणि प्रेशर एकमेकांचं हे होतं सर जेव्हा ते मॅग्मा सर आपल्या जमिनीच्या वरती येते सर वरती येऊन ते बाहेर पडते सर आणि सिलेंडर म्हणजे स्टेप वाईज जेव्हा ते बाहेर पडते सर तेव्हा लावा म्हणतात आणि जमिनीची जेव्हा आत असते सर त्याला मॅग्मा येते
Yes. Exactly correct. Both words, magma and lava, are used for one single material. Material is single, same material, but the terms are different. When that material, molten material, magma means it is a molten material which is present inside the earth. Molten means movable. Okay. So when that molten material when present inside the earth, that time it is considered as a magma, and when it erupts through a volcano on the earth's surface, that time that material is considered as a lava. That we know very well. Okay. So today we are going to discuss in detail the properties of the magma, types of the magma, etc. Okay. So these are the basic information regarding with the magma, which is present on your screen. Magma, it is a Greek word, and meaning of this magma is the mixture. Okay, so it is a mixture of molten or semi-molten rock, volatiles, and solids that is found beneath the surface of the earth. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this sentence is that magma not only contain liquid that is movable material, but also some solid products are there. Some gases, dissolved gases are also there in that magma. So it is a mixture of solid, liquid and gaseous material. Besides molten rock, magma may also contain suspended crystal, dissolved gas, and some gas bubbles, etc. Okay. So in that magma that we have discussed now, not only liquid material is present, some dissolved gases and some gases are with bubbles. Okay. Means gases are present. Some gases are dissolved in that liquid, plus some gases are remains as it is in the form of gas bubbles. Also, some solid rock crystals are also present in that magma. Magma often collects in magma chamber that may feed a volcano or solidify underground to form an intrusion. It is capable of intruding into adjacent rocks and extrusion onto the surface as lava. So, what is the meaning of this third sentence? So, at the bottom, you have seen that two diagrams I have shown here. So, we know the magma chamber. Magma chamber means the storage house of the magma, where magma is stored inside the earth. That area is considered as a magma, and we know that this magma is always trying to move upward through some cracks, fracture, or pipes. Okay, so when that magma erupts on the Earth's surface, that time it is considered as as a lava. That lava spread on the Earth's surface. After cooling, that liquid lava is converted into solid rocks. Okay. Now, not all the magma is erupted on the surface of the Earth. Some magma travels through cracks into adjacent rock. त्या मॅग्माच्या आजूबाजूला जे ऍडजस्टंट रॉक्स असतात त्या मॅग्माच्या ऍडजस्टंट मध्ये रॉक्स असतात त्या रॉक्स मध्ये तो मॅग्मा क्रॅक्स मधून जातो आणि त्या ठिकाणी तो कूल होतो म्हणजे अर्थच्या सरफेस वरती यायच्या अगोदरच तो अर्थच्या आतमध्येच तो कुठेतरी कूल होतो आणि त्याच्यापासून काही रॉक्स त्या ठिकाणी डेव्हलप होतात मॅग्मा आतल्या आतच तो कूल होतो आणि त्या लिक्विड मॅग्माचं कन्व्हर्शन हे solid rocks मध्ये होतं. So some magma is erupted on the surface of the earth and some part of the magma is remains inside the earth. So that rocks which are formed inside the earth, they are mainly considered as a intrusion. Okay, that rocks which are formed inside the earth due to the magma intrusion, that rocks are considered as a intrusive rocks. Okay, so this is about basic information about the magma. Now we will discuss the types of the magma. Okay, and characteristics of the magma. Characteristics, or it is also known as the physical properties of the magma. So here we are going to discuss the three properties in detail. One is the gas content, second one is the temperature, and third one is the viscosity. So gas content, we know that I have told that the magma itself contains some dissolved gases and some gases are remains as it is in the form of gas bubbles. What is the chemical composition of that gases present in the magma? Most of the gases are the H2O, means water vapors are in the huge quantity. H2O means water vapor. So here I have mentioned at the bottom the content of the magma, the gases which are present in the magma. H2O is the main content. Now we know that H2O is the chemical composition of the water, and the gases of the water is we considered as a water vapor. Some carbon dioxides are also present along with the water vapor, and some minor amounts of the sulfur, chlorine, and fluorine gases are also there in the gas content. Okay. Now temperature. Three types of the magmas are there. One is the basaltic magma, second one is the andesitic magma, and third one is the rhyolitic magma. These are the three types of the magma: basaltic, andesitic, and rhyolitic. So I have earlier told you that the terms in this subject are the scientific terms. So you have to remember these terms. So basaltic, andesitic, rhyolitic. So these are the scientific terms and you have to remember these terms. Okay. So temperature of the basaltic magma is 1000 to 1200 degrees Celsius. Andesitic magma is about 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius. And rhyolitic magma is up to the 600 to 800 degrees Celsius, 6 to 650. Okay. Now the average temperature we can consider for the magma is from 600 to 1200 degrees Celsius. म्हणजे मॅग्माचा जर विचार केला तर मॅग्माचे हे 3 टाइप्स पडतात, बेसाल्टिक, अँडेसिटिक अँड राहिलिटिक. बेसाल्टिक मध्ये टेम्परेचर जास्त असतं, साधारण मिनिमम टेम्परेचर 1000 डिग्री आणि मॅक्झिमम टेम्परेचर 1200 डिग्री सेल्सिअस असतं. सेकंड टाइप आहे अँडेसिटिक मॅग्मा, मिनिमम टेम्परेचर 800, मॅक्झिमम 1000. आणि थर्ड टाइप आहे बेसाल्टिक रायोलिटिक मॅग्मा, की ज्याच्यामध्ये मिनिमम टेम्परेचर 650 किंवा 600 असतं and maximum temperature is up to the 800 degrees Celsius. So the average temperature of the magma is from 600 degrees Celsius to 1200 degrees Celsius, and it is categorized into three categories that are shown in this slide: basaltic, andesitic, and rhyolitic. Okay, and third property regarding with the magma is the viscosity. Okay, viscosity. It is in last lecture I have explained what is the meaning of viscosity, okay, and what is the meaning of fluidity. Okay, so high viscous means low fluidity, mobility. Fluidity means mobility. So if the material is highly viscous, then it is low mobile, and if it is less viscous, then it is high mobile. Both are inversely proportional to each other. So we are going to compare all the properties with these 3 types of the magma. So this is the summary table of the comparison in between magma and its properties, different types of the magma with its properties. If you remember this table, you can easily write the answer regarding with this point on the magma. So in this table, I have mentioned 3 types of the magmas: basaltic, andesitic, and rhyolitic. Towards the left hand side, you can see 3 types of the magmas, and towards when you go towards the right hand side, it indicates the properties of that each magma. So in the first column, the type of the rock means when that magma converted into solid rocks, which rocks are formed. It is given in the second column. Third column is of the chemical composition of that magma, means maximum content of which mineral, which elements are maximum, which elements are minor, that are given in the third column. Fourth column indicates the temperature. Okay, temperature conditions of that magma that we have seen now. Next column is about the viscosity, and last column is about the gas content. Okay, so this is the summary table. So we can see easily here that when we look the first type of the magma, that is the basaltic magma. So what we seen here, when that basaltic magma converted into solid rocks, solidified rock means when that liquid lava cooled down, liquid magma cooled down, from that liquid magma the solid rocks are formed, and from the basaltic type of the magma, the basalt is formed. Basalt means the rock, black colored rocks which are present in our area. आपल्या एरियामध्ये जो ब्लॅक कलरचा रॉक बघायला मिळतो, इट इज अ बेसाल्ट. ओके, and when we see the chemical composition of that magma, basaltic magma, the SiO2 percentage is very low. Okay, it is from 45 to 55%, and this type of the magma is rich in iron, calcium, and low in potassium and sodium. Okay, बेसाल्टिक मॅग्मा जर बघितलं तर सोडियम SiO2 कंटेंट, सिलिका कंटेंट त्याच्यामध्ये कमी असतो. त्याचबरोबर बाकीचे एलिमेंट जर बघितले तर त्यामध्ये Fe म्हणजे आयर्न अँड मॅग्नेशियम, कॅल्शियम हे जास्त असतं, आणि पोटॅशियम आणि सोडियम हे कमी असतं. टेम्परेचरचा जर विचार केला तर टेम्परेचर इज इन बिटवीन 1000 to 1200 दॅट वी हॅव सीन. विस्कॉसिटी लो असते, त्याचा गॅस कंटेंट सुद्धा लो असतो. नाउ विस्कोसिटी इज टोटली डिपेंड ऑन द गॅस कंटेंट. इफ द गॅस कंटेंट्स आर लो, इट्स विस्कोसिटी इज लो. इफ द गॅस कंटेंट्स आर हाय, इट्स विस्कोसिटी इज also high. Okay, second type of the magma is the andesitic magma. When that andesitic magma converted into solid rock, it forms the andesite rock. the chemical composition of the andesitic magma. When we see the silica percentage, it is medium silica percentage, means it is from 55 to 65%. In that andesitic type of the magma, iron, magnesium, calcium, sodium, and potassium, they are medium in range, means no elements are higher, no elements are lower. Average percentage of all these elements are normal, medium. Okay, its temperature is between 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius. The gas contents are medium, that is intermediate, and its viscosity is also medium, that is average intermediate viscosity is also there. And third type of the magma is the rhyolitic type of the magma. Rhyolite rock is formed when the rhyolitic magma is converted into solid rock. Okay, and talking about the chemical composition, silica percentage is maximum here. It is greater than 65%. Okay, 65 to 75% silica, that is SiO2 percentage is there. It is low in iron and magnesium, calcium, but high in potassium and sodium. Okay, temperature, it is from 650 to 800 degrees Celsius. And when talking about the viscosity and gas content, they are high, both are the high in the rhyolitic type of the magma. So look here, here you can clearly see that you have to remember in the chemical composition three number: 45, 55, and 65. Now you have to remember that the SiO2 percentage is in between 45 to 55. Here in second, it is in between 55 to 65, and here it is greater than 65. Okay, and look here, in the first type of the magma, the Fe, Mg, and Ca are high, and reverse to here, Fe, Mg, and Ca are low in the rhyolitic type. Now, when talking about the potassium and sodium, they are low in the first type, that is in the basaltic magma, and here they are high in the rhyolitic type of the magma, third type of the magma. And this middle column, middle row, that is andesitic row, shows the properties in between first and third. Okay, means SiO2 percentage is medium, medium FeMg, Ca, and NaK percentage. Temperature, you have to remember 1000, 1200, 800, and 650 or 600 degrees Celsius. In first column, in between 1000 to 1200 degrees Celsius. In second column, 800 to 1000, and in third column, 650 to 800 degrees Celsius. You can remember like this: gaseous content and viscosity like this: low, intermediate, high. Means first is low, second is the medium, and third one is the high. Okay, so likewise you can remember all these points which are mentioned in this table, so it will be very easy to write the answers when this question is asked in the exam. Okay, so this is about the magma and its properties, types, etc. Now here we are going to start with the first type of the rock, that are the igneous rock. Igneous rock. So in the this topic, this unit is mainly related with the types of the rock, and here we are going to discuss the types of the rock. So the just a minute, I will type here. One point is missing. When talking about the types of the rocks are mainly classified into the rocks are mainly categorized or classified depending on two criteria. The first criteria is on the mineral content. Okay, and the second criteria is mode of formation. Mode of formation, and first criteria is the mineral content. So depending on mineral content, depending on the mineral content, the rocks are classified into two categories, and depending on the mode of formation, the rocks are classified into three categories. Okay, टाइप्स ऑफ रॉक्स मध्ये जर बघितलं तर रॉकचे टाइप जर तुम्ही बघितले तर ते दोन टाईपनं ते डिवाइड केले जातात. फर्स्ट टाइप इज दी डिपेंडिंग ऑन मिनरल कंटेंट. कोणत्या टाईपचे मिनरल्स त्याच्यामध्ये प्रेझेंट आहेत त्याच्यावरती फर्स्ट टाइप येतो, आणि दुसरी कॅटेगरी आहे ती म्हणजे मोड ऑफ फॉर्मेशन. ओके, सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन मिनरल कंटेंट, all the rocks are classified into two categories. First is the monomineralic rock, and second category is polymineralic rock. Okay, monomineralic and polymineralic. So the meaning of monomineralic rock: mono means single, poly means many. So if the rocks contain only one mineral, then such a type of the rocks are considered as a monomineralic rock. For example, marble is the best example of the monomineralic rock. In the marble, only one single calcite mineral is there. Or when you talking about the, we can take here another example is quartzite. Okay, quartzite is also one type of the monomineralic rock where quartz is the single mineral present in that rock. And when talking about the polymineralic, as the name indicate here, poly means many, and there are different types of the polymineralic rock. One is the basalt, second one is the granite, etc. Okay, so when we see the distribution of the polymineralic and monomineralic rock, about 90% rocks are polymineralic, and about only 1% rocks are monomineralic in the earth crust. म्हणजे अर्थ क्रस्टचा जर विचार केला तर अर्थ क्रस्ट मध्ये 99% मिनरल्स हे पॉलिमिनरलिक रॉक्स आहेत, आणि फक्त 1% किंवा 1% पेक्षाही कमी हे रॉक्स आहेत ते मोनोमिनरलिक टाइपचे रॉक्स आहेत. ओके, अँड द सेकंड क्रायटेरिया फॉर द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ द रॉक्स इज द mode of formation. Now, what is the meaning of mode of formation? Mode of formation means how the rocks are formed. What is the procedure for the formation of rock? So, depending on mode of formation, all the rocks are classified into three types. One is the igneous rock, second one is the sedimentary rock, and third one is the metamorphic rocks. Okay, so these are the three types of the rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic type of the rocks. And from our point of view, these classification from our point of view, this classification is very important. That is mode of formation of rocks. Okay, igneous rock, sedimentary rock, and metamorphic rocks. So we have to discuss all the properties regarding with these three type of the rock. Means how these rocks are formed, what is the classification of that rock, process of formation, its texture, structure, all that we are going to discuss regarding with these three types of the rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic type of the rocks. Okay, so first type of the rock, that is the igneous rock, that we are going to start now. Igneous rock. Okay, now igneous is the Greek word. आता igneous हा वर्ड कशावरून आलेला आहे? igneous igneous is the Greek word. हा काय आहे? ग्रीक वर्ड आहे आणि त्याचं मिनिंग काय होतं, फायर. ओके, इग्नस इज द ग्रीक वर्ड अँड द मिनिंग ऑफ इग्नस इज द फायर. नाव द सोर्स फॉर द इग्नियस रॉक इज द, सोर्स काय असणार आहे आता या इग्नियस रॉक साठी, काय असेल,
मॅग्मा.
येस, मॅग्मा or lava is the source for this igneous rock. Igneous rock साठी magma किंवा lava हा source त्या ठिकाणी असणार आहे. And we know that the magma or when lava is erupted on the earth surface, the temperature is very high. It looks like a fire. That's why the name is given here igneous or igneous, and from that word the igneous rock term established. Okay, so the source for the igneous rock is itself magma or lava. From both these material, all the igneous rocks are formed. Okay, so talking about the origin of these rocks, origin. Now here we are going to discuss the origin of the igneous rock. Origin. Okay, origin means how these igneous rocks are formed, where it is formed. Okay, so depending on its origin, igneous rocks are classified into two categories. First one is the intrusive igneous rock and second one is the extrusive igneous rock. Intrusive. Now what is the meaning of intrusive? Intrusive means just a minute. Intrusive means inside and extrusive means outside. Intrusive and extrusive, meaning of these two words. Intrusive means inside, means those rocks which are found inside the earth, that igneous rocks are considered as a intrusive igneous rock. And extrusive igneous rock, extrusive means those igneous rocks which are formed on the surface of the earth. Okay, they are considered as a extrusive rock. So inside and outside, you can remember like this, intrusive and extrusive. So can anybody told me what is the source for the intrusive rock and what is the source for the extrusive rock?
For intrusive rocks, magma is source and extrusive lava.
Yes, exactly correct. Good. म्हणजे इंट्रुसिव्ह रॉक हे आतमध्येच तयार होतात, त्यामुळे आतमध्ये कोणतं मटेरियल प्रेझेंट असतं तर मॅग्मा. सो वेन मॅग्मा कूल डाऊन, when its temperature decreases, that time that magma is converted into intrusive type of the rock, and when that magma is erupted on the surface of the earth, that time it is considered as a lava, and when that lava cool down, from that lava the extrusive type of the rocks are formed. Okay, so the source for the intrusive rock is the magma and the source for the extrusive type of the rocks are the lava. Okay, so this is about the primary introduction regarding with the igneous rock. Okay, yeah, so we will move further. Now we have to see classification of igneous rock. आता आपल्याला बघायचं आहे ते म्हणजे क्लासिफिकेशन इग्नियस रॉकचं कसं केलं जातं. हाऊ द इग्नियस रॉक्स आर क्लासिफाईड मीन्स देर आर थाउजंड्स ऑफ इग्नियस रॉक्स आर प्रेझेंट इनसाइड द अर्थ. ओके, अँड वी हॅव टू क्लासिफाय दॅट इग्नियस रॉक फॉर बेटर अंडरस्टँडिंग. म्हणजे इग्नियस रॉकचा जर विचार केला तर अर्थ मध्ये हजारो नंबर्स मध्ये इग्नियस रॉक तुम्हाला बघायला मिळतात आणि आपल्याला ते कॅटेगराईज करायचे असतात किंवा वेगवेगळ्या टाइप्स मध्ये ते डिवाइड करायचे असतात फॉर इझी अंडरस्टँडिंग. सो दिस क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ इग्नियस रॉक इज ऑल्सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन 3 criteria. One is the silica content, second one is the depth of formation, and third one is the color. सो त्या रॉक्स मध्ये सिलिका पर्सेंटेज किती आहे त्या पर्सेंटेज वरती क्लासिफिकेशन केलं जातं. कोणत्या डेप्थला ते रॉक तयार झाले त्या डेप्थ वरती सेकंड क्लासिफिकेशन केलं जातं, डेप्थ ऑफ फॉर्मेशन, और इट इज ऑल्सो नोन ॲज, याच क्लासिफिकेशनला काय म्हटलं जातं, the depth of formation classification is also known as mode of formation. त्याला mode of formation सुद्धा म्हटलं जातं. ओके. अँड थर्ड टाइप जो असतो क्लासिफिकेशनचा तो असतो कलर. व्हॉट इज द कलर ऑफ दॅट इग्नियस रॉक, हाऊ इट एक्झिबिट कलर, on that also the igneous rocks are classified. Okay, so these are the three criteria for the classification of igneous rock: silica percentage, depth of formation, and color. Now we will see each type of the classification in detail. So only remember this table. Okay, if you remember this table you can write easily answers when it will be asked in the question paper, and generally this is the very important point, so it is important from your exam point of view. So depending on silica percentage, all the igneous rocks are classified into 4 categories. Okay, depending on silica percentage, all the igneous rocks are classified into 4 categories. So first category is the acidic rock, second category is the intermediate rock, third category is the basic rock, and the fourth category is the ultra basic rock. These are the 4 classes of the classification of igneous rock depending on silica percentage: acidic, intermediate, basic, and ultra basic. Now silica percentage. Now when you look here, the silica percentage in the first type, that is acidic rock, it is above 66%. Okay, in intermediate it is in between 55 to 65, in basic it is 45 to 54, and in the last type, that is in ultra basic, it is less than 44%. So here also you have to remember these 3 figures: 65, 55, and 44. Okay, more than 66, in between 55 to 65, in between 44 to 54, and less than 44. And here examples are there. Acidic type, granite, pegmatite, rhyolite are the example of the acidic type of the rock. And intermediate मध्ये cyanite is the example of intermediate type of the rock. In the basic, the basalt, dolerite, gabbro are the examples of the basic type of the rock. And in the dunite, in the ultra basic type, dunite is the best example of the ultra basic type of the rock. Okay, so you have to remember this table. And you यामध्ये काय important आहे, types, सिलिका पर्सेंटेज किती असतो, आणि एक्झाम्पल काय असतात प्रत्येक कॅटेगरीचे. ओके, so examples are very important. Such a type of the examples are generally asked in your MCQ questions. MCQ questions मध्ये त्या टाइपचे एक्झाम्पल्स तुम्हाला बऱ्याच वेळेला विचारले जातात. सो रिमेंबर ऑल दीज एक्झाम्पल्स. ओके, नाउ सेकंड criteria or category for the classification of igneous rock, it is the depth of formation, or it is also known as a mode of occurrence. Mode of occurrence or mode of formation, or it is also known as depth of formation classification. आता कोणत्या डेप्थला ते रॉक तयार झाले याच्यावरती त्याचं क्लासिफिकेशन केलं जातं. त्यामध्ये पहिला टाइप आहे तो म्हणजे प्लुटॉनिक, सेकंड टाइप आहे तो म्हणजे हायपाबेसल, and third one is the volcanic rock. Okay, so plutonic rock means these rocks are found at great depth inside the earth. earthच्या आतमध्ये कितीतरी डेप्थ वरती हे रॉक्स तयार होतात. earthच्या आतमध्ये त्याचं कुलिंग होतं आणि त्याच्यापासून हे रॉक्स तयार होतात. and hypabasal means they are formed at shallow depth near the surface. सरफेस पासून एकदम कमी डिस्टन्स वरती अर्थच्या आतमध्येच ते तयार झालेले जे रॉक्स असतात एकदम कमी डेप्थ वरती, such a type of the rock are considered as a hypabasal rock. Okay, and the third type of the rock, they are considered as a volcanic rocks. So volcanic rocks means they are formed on the earth surface. अर्थच्या सरफेस वरती तयार होणारे हे रॉक्स असतात. आणि त्याचे एक्झाम्पल्स जर बघितले, आता हे एक्झाम्पल जर बघितले तिन्हीमध्ये मी एक्झाम्पल सेम ठेवलेले आहेत, फक्त त्याचं शफलिंग झालेलं आहे. ओके, ग्रॅनाइट, गॅब्रो अँड ड्युनाइट आर दी एक्झाम्पल ऑफ दी प्लुटोनिक रॉक्स, मीन्स दे आर फाउंड व्हेरी ग्रेट डेप्थ इनसाइड दी अर्थ. हायपाबेसलचे एक्झाम्पल्स जर बघितले, डोलेराइट, पेगमॅटाइट अँड सायनाइट आर दी एक्झाम्पल्स ऑफ दी hypabasal type of the rocks. Okay, and they are generally formed at very shallow depth from the earth's surface, minimum depth. And volcanic rocks example, basalt, rhyolite, these are the two examples. Now here number of examples are maximum, but I have choose here only 2-3 important rock types which are important from our civil engineering point of view. Okay, not all the examples I have taken here. So volcanic rocks are found on the surface of the earth. Okay, so can anybody tell me, so in this depth of formation classification, for which type magma is the source and for which type the lava is the source?
First two types
Magma
magma is
sir.
source and
Magma.
third lava.
volcanic is lava.
येस, एक्झॅक्टली करेक्ट. म्हणजे तुम्हाला हे समजलंय पण व्यवस्थित की प्लुटोनिक आणि हायपाबेसल हे अर्थच्या आतमध्येच तयार होतात. प्लुटोनिक मॅक्झिमम डेप्थला तयार होतात आणि हायपाबेसल कमी डेप्थला तयार होतात, पण ते अर्थच्या आतमध्येच तयार होतात. त्यामुळं प्लुटोनिक आणि हायपाबेसल या दोन कॅटेगरीसाठी सोर्स काय असणार आहे, मॅग्मा हा सोर्स असणार आहे. आणि व्होल्कॅनिक रॉक्सचा जर विचार केला तर व्होल्कॅनिक रॉक्स हे काय अर्थच्या सरफेस वरती तयार होतात इरप्ट होऊन. सो व्होल्कॅनिक रॉक साठी सोर्स काय असणार आहे, त्या ठिकाणी लावा हा त्याच्यासाठी सोर्स असणार आहे. ओके, आणि लास्ट कॉलम मध्ये त्याचे एक्झाम्पल्स मी तुम्हाला दिलेले आहेत. ओके, सो दिस इज द डायग्राम फॉर द मोड ऑफ ऑकरन्स ऑर डेप्थ ऑफ फॉर्मेशन. आता या डायग्राम वरून तुमच्या काय लक्षात येतं तुम्हाला जस्ट एक्सप्लेन करतो. सो दिस इज द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ which I have marked here with the red color line. आता या अर्थच्या सरफेस पासून मॅक्झिमम डेप्थ वरती जे रॉक तयार होतात, हे रॉक की ज्या ठिकाणी मॅग्मा कूल होतो त्याच्यापासून तयार होणारे, these rocks are considered as a plutonic rock. सेकंड कॅटेगरी जी असते ती कोणती असते, हायपाबेसल रॉक की जे अर्थच्या जवळपास तयार होतात. ओके, सो दीज आर दी हायपाबेसल टाइप ऑफ दी रॉक. अँड थर्ड कॅटेगरी जी असते की जे रॉक्स अर्थच्या सरफेस वरती तयार होतात, व्होल्कॅनिक रॉक. लावा इरप्ट होतो आणि त्याच्यापासून जे तयार झालेले रॉक्स असतात, दॅट रॉक्स आर कन्सिडर्ड ॲज ए एक्सट्रुसिव्ह रॉक ऑर दे आर कन्सिडर्ड ॲज ए व्होल्कॅनिक रॉक. ओके, so these are the three types of the rock: plutonic, hypabasal and volcanic rock. Okay, so this is the classification of the igneous rocks depending on depth of formation or mode of occurrence. And third category for the classification of igneous rock is the color. Okay, now depending on color, sorry, here I have या ठिकाणी इथं सिलिका पर्सेंटेज हे आलेलं आहे, but here not a silica percentage. Color is the proper word, color. Okay, so depending on color, all the igneous rocks are classified into 4 categories. 4 types are there depending on color. So first type is leucocratic. आज मी तुम्हाला सांगितले की हे वर्ड्स तुम्हाला लक्षातच ठेवायचे आहेत, त्याला आपण दुसरा पॅरलल वर्ड्स देऊ शकत नाही. ल्युकोक्रॅटिक म्हणजे काय, सो दोज रॉक्स आर व्हेरी लाईट इन कलर और दोज रॉक्स विच आर कलरलेस. all that rocks are considered as a leucocratic igneous rock. ल्युकोक्रॅटिक म्हणजे काय, जे लाईट कलर मध्ये असतात किंवा कलरलेस असतात. काही रॉक कलरलेस असतात, कोणताच कलर त्याला नसतो, प्युअर ट्रान्सपरंट रॉक्स असतात. ओके. आणि काही रॉक लाईट कलर मध्ये, म्हणजे व्हाईट कलर असेल, त्यानंतर येलोइश कलर असेल, या टाईपचा जो कलर असेल किंवा स्किन कलर, क्रीम कलर, ऑल दीज आर कन्सिडर्ड एज ए ल्युकोक्रॅटिक टाइप ऑफ द रॉक. Okay, light color. Remember LL, leucocratic light color. Examples are granite, pegmatite, rhyolite. These are the examples of the leucocratic. That means the rocks which are light in color. Now, second category is the mesocratic rock. Mesocratic, medium color. Now, medium color means not too light, not too dark. Medium color means pink color, then the sky blue color, then such a type of the orange color. All these are the mesocratic type of the rock, medium color. Okay. Example is the cyanite, because when you look the cyanite rock, it comes in orange type of the shade. That's why it is considered as a mesocratic type of the rocks, which are in medium colored rock. And third one is the melanocratic rock. Melanocratic means dark color. Okay. Melanocratic, dark color. The rocks which show dark color. Dark color मध्ये काय येईल, ग्रीन कलर येईल, त्यानंतर ब्राऊन कलर येईल. या टाइपचे जे रॉक कलर्स असतात, दे आर कन्सिडर्ड एज ए dark color rock. For example, basalt, dolerite, gabbro. These are the examples of the melanocratic rocks which exhibit the dark color. And last category of the igneous rock, last type of the igneous rock, depending on the color, is the hypermelanocratic. Hypermelanocratic means very dark color, means dark black color. Okay. For example, dunite, or very dark green color, very dark brown color, very dark reddish color. All that are the example of the hypermelanocratic rock, and the example is the dunite. Okay. या टाइप मध्ये हे लक्षात ठेवायचे तुम्हाला. आता तुम्ही जर या ठिकाणी जर बघितले तर, जस्ट मिनिट, आय विल क्लिअर ऑल दी ड्रॉइंग. यामध्ये अवघड काहीच नाही. पहिलं आणि तिसरं क्लासिफिकेशन सेम आहे. यामध्ये जर बघितलं तर सिक्वेन्स बघा, एक्झाम्पलचा सिक्वेन्स, यामध्ये एक्झाम्पलचा सिक्वेन्स सेम ठेवायचा. ग्रॅनाइट, पेगमॅटाइट, रायोलाइट, सायनाइट, बेसाल्ट, डोलेराइट, गॅब्रो, ड्युनाइट. हा सिक्वेन्स एक्झाम्पलचा इथं जो आहे तो सिक्वेन्स तुम्हाला या ठिकाणी बघायला मिळतो थर्ड मध्ये. म्हणजे काय लक्षात ठेवायचं, ज्या रॉक्स मध्ये सिलिका पर्सेंटेज कमी असतं ते लाईट कलरचे असतात, ज्या रॉक्स मध्ये सिलिका पर्सेंटेज जास्त असतं ते डार्क कलर मध्ये असतात. मीडियम सिलिका पर्सेंटेज मीडियम कलरचे रॉक्स असतात. ओके. या पद्धतीने तुम्ही ते अंडरस्टँड करू शकता. ओके. सो दिस इज द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ द igneous rock depending on color. Okay. So